part 2 before I'd even, you know, communicated to other people that there will be a part 2. But this was always definitely going to be, there was always going to be a sequel. What I can tell you is that it's going to involve Ortis travelling a bit more. We're going to be speaking to a few different people. I'm just thinking, how much can I tell you without giving too much away? I think the motherland will be involved, by all means. I think it's only natural that, you know, he's there at the end, digging into his fufu and his light soup, and it's only natural that he goes home to the motherland and explores some of the issues that are affecting the language endangerment issue in the UK, and so we want to see the roots of it. The hope, the absolute hope and goal, you know, for Lost in Translation 2 is to begin production at the latest by early 2017. I did hope that I could try and, you know, do it towards the end of this year. However, just simple thing, well, maybe not so simple, we need funding. That's all it is. Like, literally, it's down to funding. As soon as we get enough funding to cover our costs to Ghana and all the exciting things that we want to do out there and production-wise, it's a given. We're going. What's interesting is, as a result of the documentary and even just the trailer being online, I've had a lot of people from the US, also from Australia, from Holland, Germany, France, and Ghana, you know, writing to me and you know, posting on Facebook, on the Facebook page saying, oh, where can we view this, you know, and particularly in the US, you know, there is, you know, from what I'm hearing from these different people that are writing in about the documentary, is that there is a similar situation happening out there, that, you know, there's a generation of people that have settled out in the United States, and they are going through a process of language endangerment. They're not speaking the language, their parents didn't speak it to them, they settled in America, got a bit comfortable with the way of life there, and just, you know, they're speaking English, and now the children are, you know, the older, they're adults, they're more prouder of their African and obviously Ghanaian heritage, and they want to speak the language, and they're at a loss. And so what's happening is they're really connecting with the documentary. They're going, you know what, that's my story. That's you know, really want to find out, you know, what I can do, and I've had, you know, what has been a joy. The icing on the cake. It's one thing when people watch it and they relate to it, but when they say, I realise now that I want to learn my language, like, I don't want to just say that I want to learn it, I'm actually doing something about it. That for me is like, this is what it's all about. This is what the documentary was made to do. And to hear someone say, you know what, your documentary inspired me to actually do something, to sit down with my parents at the weekend, or to go and speak with auntie so-and-so, or just get a book and find out what the basics are of my language, and that's really what it's about. So possibly Lost in Translation US, who knows? You know, I would like, you know, after part 2 of the Ghanaian story, I would like to see about Lost in Translation in other cultures and other areas, but also the continuing, I guess, the Ghanaian story, and kind of touching on what's happening in other nations and other areas like the US and Australia.